We told you the most seriously hurt in this crash have been rushed to Westchester Medical Center. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis is there with what I assume are the most serious patients. Marcus.
Bill, that is the assumption, an assumption at this point, because the hospital yet to officially update the condition of the patients. We know that there are 3 here. We know that this is a level 1 trauma center, the only one in the Hudson Valley, and we know that patients were indeed medevaced here this afternoon. On the grounds of the hospital, there is a landing pad, and there was 1 helicopter there and another one on the side of it because 2 arrived this afternoon here in Valhalla. Now, we know that the 3 patients were sent here and then others to other hospitals throughout Orange County, part of the Westchester Medical Center health system. Now, they here in Valhalla went into a code triage mode where they mobilize nearly 100 medical staffers, from doctors, nurses, support personnel, as they expected a perhaps larger influx of patients. So 3 is certainly serious and alarming, but not as bad as they were preparing for this afternoon when that was declared. Now, as we said, some of the patients did go to other hospitals. Garnett Health in Wallkill saw a number of patients, but the ones that are part of the Westchester Medical Center system are St. Anthony's Hospital, that is in Warwick. 3 patients went there, and 10 to Bon Secours in Port Jervis, and that is where Anthony Johnson came across some parents that were on their way out to Port Jervis, which is out by the Pennsylvania state line, so they were taken further west. Some of those injuries, though, less serious, and that's why they were taking those students to hospitals in the area. But the most serious patients brought here to Westchester Medical Center, where they are seeing 3 patients in their care. We're live in Valhalla. Marcus Solis, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, keep us posted, Marcus. Thank you. For the students on the bus, a kind of reunification center has been set up in Middletown in Orange County. That's where the news conference is also being held. We're waiting to bring that to you. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger is also there awaiting it to begin. Josh?
Yeah, Bill, we've been bouncing back and forth between that reunification center and here, the state police local barracks up here in Middletown, where in just a few minutes, in fact, we'll show you, there's a whole podium set up. We're expecting to hear from state police investigators along with Governor Hochul, the county executives, both of Orange County and of Nassau County, who flew here in a Nassau police helicopter a little while ago. It's parked just about 20 yards off from where I am to take part in this event. And when we have it, we'll bring it to you. We came here from what had been billed as a reunification center. It was where we were told the walking wounded from this bus crash were going to be taken and their families would join them. In fact, what actually happened there is that the other buses that were involved in this convoy went to that location. And in just the last hour or so, in fact, we were live on Eyewitness News at 5 when those buses pulled out. We could show you video now of those buses pulling out under a police escort to head back home to Long Island, to Farmingdale High School, while all those kids' families are waiting for them. They had gone to that location, which is on a SUNY campus here in Orange County, to speak with grief counselors and to sort of decompress while the authorities decided exactly what it was they were going to do. In the end, they decided to take them back to the school. Now, that was, as I said, billed originally as a reunification center. We did see some people who appeared to be very anxious-looking parents kind of walking in there with some degree of urgency and escorted in by local police. Turned out, and this speaks to the severity of this crash, there were no reunions to be had at that location because everyone who was on the bus that crashed wound up going to a hospital. And so those parents ended up diverted to whatever hospitals their loved ones wound up. The good news, and this is in fact good news if you look at the totality of the wreckage and what did happen today, the good news is that only a small number suffered what are described as critical injuries. And so there are kids who are being picked up by their families at various hospitals throughout the Hudson Valley as we speak. So that reunification center essentially closed down because there, as I said, were no reunions to be had. Once the buses left, that was what was to be had. Now you could see Governor Hochul approaching the podium. We'll send it back.